Well, here's so it starts. The train, Amtrak train, they loaded us on pretty quickly. They were expected to be 7 minutes. I think it took more like 15, but they got us all in pretty quick. We were starting to move. You see the walls moving there. It was, I don't know, an hour and 25 minutes late. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to me because my Chicago train is, I've got like a 3, 4, 5 hour wait in Chicago for my new train that goes west, so it should be okay. This is actually a pretty nice room. I wish this was the room I have when I'm traveling long distance across the country. I think I had a different type one then. I think in the long distance one I have to share showers and that down at the end of the hall. This has got, right there's the bathroom with a shower. I mean, it's hang up shower, you shower down on yourself, but with a shower. There's a chair. It's laid out as a bed right now, and they were kind enough to do that. The conductor's kind enough to do that before I even got in, right? But that's the bottom couch, and then there's another bed up there that could be laid down. Heck, I even get a sink and all that. And it's while it looks like there's just a curtain there, it's actually a curtain and a hard door behind it. So this is not bad at all. What's in this? Heck, more room for more stuff. This is not bad at all. Heck, I could live in something like this. Okay, well that's it. It's 3 something in the morning. I'm going to get some sleep, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Well, it's later in the day, probably about 7:30, and we're going through a place that my phone says is Brownsville, Indiana. Who knows? We passed Indianapolis a bit ago, and it's still dark then. This is what we're seeing. Just outside of Reynolds, Indiana. Flat, followed by more flat, followed by more flat. Lots of farmland. American heartland, of course. Trees on property lines and some along the tracks, but generally it's all farmland. Well, the phone tells me we're in Chicago now, so you can see some of the houses and that we're going by. Really mainly just seeing trees, but some beat up old roads too. That's fairly common in northern cities, in my experience. Looks a lot like Richmond, Virginia, to be honest with you. Or at least Richmond when I was living there 15, 16 years ago. According to my phone, this is Monmouth, Illinois that we're going through right here. Looks shockingly like Indiana. Not terribly surprising. We are on our way from Chicago through a number of smaller stops until we reach Kansas City. That's our next big stop. So we're traveling through the same sort of land we were when we were in Indiana. don't die away. Hey, that was a hill. Well, no, it was a man-made hill for a road. Okay. Thought for a second we were going to see some breakup in all this flat land. You know, when I was talking about how flat Indiana and Illinois are, I had not yet been to Kansas. Miles and miles of nothing but miles and miles. Wow. And no trees anywhere. Gone past a couple little towns that didn't even see a whole lot of trees. Syracuse, Kansas, ladies and gentlemen. Primary roads may be paved, state roads may be are usually paved. But there's a whole lot of dirt out there, folks, masquerading as roads. I don't feel so unique anymore living on that dirt and gravel road I live on in Virginia. And I think that's it. Okay, here we are in New Mexico. We went over some mountains coming out of Colorado coming in, and then it flattened out again. You can see in the background there's some higher land, but Mexico itself seems to be flattened. Maybe that'll change the closer we get to California, because we're going from here to Phoenix to California. I think we have to go over mountains somewhere. And here we are out of Lamy, New Mexico. You know, lots of bushes of, I guess they're scrub bushes, whatever they're called, and buttes and all that kind of thing. I keep expecting a sheriff to come riding by with his deputies and posse and, you know, chasing Black Bart or something. Either that or Captain Kirk out here fighting with some guy in a rubber suit who's claiming to be a space lizard alien. One or the other. Here in New Mexico, we seem to have the same phenomenon we've seen elsewhere. If it ain't made of dirt, there ain't a road. Lots of dirt roads. Somewhere west of, was it Estonia, California? I think Estonia, California, heading towards LA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving San Bernardino. If you're exiting the train here in San Bernardino, now's the time. Make sure you have all your belongings. Make your way downstairs to exit the train. This will be a very brief stop. Please do not exit unless you are leaving us here in San Bernardino.
Yeah, we're starting to run into nicer neighborhoods. Well, maybe not. Los Angeles, on our way out of town, moving as we go. As I said before, yep, they really do put the rivers in the in concrete funnels. Here we are a few hours past Los Angeles, heading towards Salinas. It's interesting watching the plant life and terrain change somewhat. Mind you, I don't, if I was sitting on the other side, you'd be getting a whole lot of pictures of the ocean. But this side's more, obviously, land. Lots of dried out grass. Lots and lots of dried out grass. We are going across a pretty large farming area around out here in California. I'm not sure exactly where we're at the moment, a little further on, but big, huge squares of some crops. I have no idea what those are. Cabbage, lettuce, I don't know. Big squares of it, and then lighter green, and you can see back there, I don't know how well you can make it out, there's some sort of darker green crop. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. Some sort of darker green crop which forms other squares. Here we go. Okay, folks, so here's where I ended up at. I am in Pacific Grove, California. Actually, the train stopped at Salinas, and I had to get a ride, buy a $11 ticket to get a bus ride from that place to the Monterey transit station for buses. Now, that was a ticket through Amtrak. I'm pretty sure if I'd have walked a couple blocks and gone to the main station, I could have gotten one for about $3.50. But the one from Amtrak took me directly to the station. To the Monterey transit station. I didn't have to go through 17 different stops. So I get to the Monterey transit station just in time to jump on the local bus that puts me within 2 blocks of where I'm staying. And very, very nice driver, was kind enough to help me figure out exactly where I was and where I needed to be. And I jogged over here and, well, not jogged, but walked over here with all my junk. And it's no, it's a bed and breakfast without the breakfast. So I ended up in here, and it's not bad. Not bad at all. Today's plan really is just kind of recuperate from a stupid train trip and to go to the Monterey Amberjacks baseball game tonight. Although I suspect I will be using Lyft or Uber instead of trying to bus it. I'll talk to y'all later.